Good morning, beautiful yogis, and welcome to day 5 of the 30-day Vinyasa challenge. My name is Linda, and I am so happy to have you join me here. We're going to get started on our back today. Coming into a comfortable position, lying on your back, wiggling into your space. Bringing those hands with the palms facing up in a receptive manner. Bring the shoulder blades a little closer together. Just wiggle into your space, getting nice and comfortable. Taking a deep breath in and sigh it out. Another deep breath in and sigh. And one more time. Inhaling all the way to the top. Holding it for 2, 1, and letting it all go. Feeling your muscles relaxing and releasing. Melting away from the bones. Feel your bones settling in to the earth. Just breathing through the nose, breathing in and breathing out. Taking a moment to quiet the mind, calm the spirit, and ground the body. Focusing on your breath. And then bringing your hands to heart center, pressing the thumbs into the sternum. And set an intention for your practice today. Choosing something positive. Something that you need more of in your life. Like balance or peace. Self-acceptance. Gratitude. Love. Inhale deeply here. And then exhale, releasing those hands up to the sky and reaching up overhead for a nice big stretch north to south. Pressing those toes away and the fingers away from each other. Stretching just the right side. And then just the left side. Bringing it back to center and bringing those knees up to the belly. Give yourself a nice hug. Maybe rocking side to side. Placing the hands on top of the knees. And just rolling those knees. Drawing circles on the ceiling. Just starting off gently today. Before we get into our Vinyasa practice. Waking up the body. And then reverse those circles. Massaging that lower back. Waking up those hips. And then dropping the feet at the base of the spine, hips distance apart. Bringing the hands down by the hips. We're going to press up into some bridges here, warming up that lower spine. Inhale, pressing into the feet to lift those hips up. Squeezing those glutes. Knees pressed toward each other. And lower it down, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, pressing up again. And lowering it all down, very slowly. Let's press up again, this time raising the hips and the arms, reaching the arms up overhead. And lower it down. Again, reaching those hips and arms up. And lowering it down. We're going to do this 2 more times, this time coming up onto the toes. Reaching and pressing those toes into the earth. Squeezing those glutes. Lowering it down. One last time up onto those toes. Raising those hips and arms, squeezing those glutes. And lowering it all down, bringing the knees in, hugging yourself, rocking it side to side, releasing that lower back. And then crossing at the ankles, we're just going to roll up into a seated position. And facing forward. Crossing into a comfortable cross, placing the hands on the knees, dropping the chin to the heart, and inhaling up to the sky. Exhale to the heart. And inhale up. And a few more times this way with your breath. And this time when you inhale up, press the heart forward and draw the elbows back. Then exhale to the heart and round the shoulders forward. Round that back away. Inhale forward. And exhale, roll it away. 2 more times this way. And last time. And round it away. Lifting up those knees, bringing those arms nice and long, stretching the top of the shoulders. Press the shoulders down away from the ears. And bringing it back to neutral, sitting up nice and tall, hinging forward and coming into trunk rolls to the right. Inhale as you come back. Bring those arms nice and long. Then exhale as you bring the chest down to the lap as close as possible. Letting the head and shoulders roll. 1 more time around in this direction. And pausing at center, rolling it up. And rolling it down. Rolling it up. And rolling it down, bringing it back up. Changing the cross of the legs. Again, sitting tall, hinging forward and trunk rolls to the left. Maybe rolling that neck gently, whatever feels good for you. And 1 more time around in this direction. Pausing at center. This time we're going to walk those hands out in front. Spread those fingers away. Press them away. And coming up onto the fingertips, press the bum back and lower the head between the shoulders. Lifting up onto the fingertips. Bring the hands a little bit wider. Press the fingertips further away and fold it down. And then sliding it up, bringing the fingers behind the bum, facing the bum. Plant those hands, roll the shoulders back. Press the heart toward the sky and drop the head back gently. Maybe rolling up onto those knees. Nice back bend here. And lowering it down, changing the cross back to our favorite cross. And again, coming into that back bend and rolling up onto those knees. And lower it all down. We're going to come into our tabletop for some cat-cow stretches. Stacking those joints, dropping that belly, gazing up with an inhale. And exhale, rounding that back away. Inhale up. And exhale, round. Keep working with your breath. A few more times in each direction. Last time in each direction, rounding that back away and then pressing back about 3 or 4 inches, feeling that stretch in the lower back here. Bringing it back to center, we're coming down onto our forearms. Keeping our hips nice and high, reaching those arms out in front for puppy dog pose. This is a great opening for the front of the shoulders. And walking the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing up. And I'm going to face forward so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to come into some crunches here. Reaching that right hand forward and pressing that left heel back. In fact, I'll turn sideways because I don't think you can see me. Reaching the right hand forward and pressing that left heel back. Nice long line. Crunch it under the belly. Extend. And we're going to bring the hand and the foot east and west. Bringing it back to center. Crunch under the belly. Reach it out and east and west. Extend, crunch. Extend and east and west. We're going to do it one more time. And crunch and reach. East and west. Now dropping the hand and the foot. Turn sideways again. So we ended with our east and west, dropping the hand and the foot, rolling up for modified side plank here. Opening up that right hand, maybe wrapping it around the back, and pressing that heart toward the sky. And releasing that, lifting that right foot up, maybe binding at the ankle here, reaching for that ankle. Pressing the foot away and up, and rolling the heart toward the sky. And releasing that, rolling it back down for your tabletop. And just wag the tail. And we're going to bring that left hand forward and right heel back. Crunch it under the belly. Reach it out, bring it east and west. Hand and foot are on an even plane. Extend to center, crunch. And reach east and west. And extend, crunch, reach it out, east and west one more time. Crunch and reach, east and west. Again, dropping the hand and the foot and rolling up for modified side plank. And lifting that right leg if you like. Maybe binding at the ankle. And rolling the heart toward the sky. And releasing that and bringing it back down to your tabletop. Bringing the knees nice and wide, letting the big toes touch and sinking back for child's pose. Coming up onto the fingertips, press the bum back. And maybe roll that forehead on the earth. They come up onto the fingers, and we're going to walk the hands to the right. We're going to stack the left hand on top of the right and sink those shoulders down. This gives you a nice stretch in that side body. And walk it through center and over to the left. And stacking the right hand on top of the left. And sinking those shoulders down. Bringing it back to center. Resetting your table. Walk the hands about 2 inches forward. And we're going to hinge those hips forward, dropping them to the earth, coming into modified cobra. And pressing back for child's pose. Warming up that entire spine, pressing it forward, modified cobra. And pressing it back, child's pose. And one more time, pressing those hips forward. And this time we're going to come all the way down, but first starting with modified cobra. Bend the elbows for cobra. Coming down into baby cobra, maybe lifting those hands to hover that cobra. Swing those hands back. Clasp the fingers. Press those knuckles toward the feet and lift. Back to the front. And cross the hands underneath your face. Bringing one cheek down to the other. We're going to lift that right leg up and squeeze that glute. And lower it down, left leg up. And lower down back to the right. And to the left. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing back up to baby cobra. And cobra. And modified cobra. And pressing back into a wide-legged child's pose this time. Sinking it back, wiggling that belly between the thighs and pressing the bum back near the heels. Maybe this time wrapping the arms around the outside of your thighs, reaching for your heels. And release, bringing it back to your table. Walk the hands 2 inches forward, curl the toes, and press up into your down dog. And walk that dog, pressing one heel and pausing there. And then press the opposite heel and pause. And then walk your dog. Maybe turning the knees in and the heels out if that feels good. Whatever feels good for you. And coming to stillness. Inhale up onto the toes, press the shoulders back. And lower the heels down. Up onto the toes, really come up high. Press those shoulders back. And lower it down. Again, onto the toes. Bend the knees, crouching dog. Lift it up and press those heels down. Onto the toes. Crouch that dog, gaze between the hands. Lift it up and lower the heels. One more time, crouching dog. And step up between your hands for forward fold. Inhale halfway. Press that crown forward and fold it down. Bend the knees. Maybe wrap the arms around the back of the legs. Keeping those knees gently bent. You can sway side to side if you like. Hands on top of the feet. We're going to roll it up. One vertebrae at a time. At the top, rolling the shoulders up, back and down. Up, back and down. 2 more times. Last time, bringing hands to the heart. Lift it up and back. Open the heart and swan dive. Fingertips halfway and fold it down. Bend the knees. Reverse that swan. Reach it up and back. Exhale, hands to the heart. We're going to bring it into our mountain pose. Feet hips distance apart, or if you like, pressing the big toes and the heels together. Press the hips forward. Squeeze the glutes, the quads, and the hamstrings. Squeeze everything together. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And press the fingers toward the earth. So really extending those arms nice and long. Stand up a little bit taller, reaching that crown toward the sky. And maybe coming up onto those toes. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Feel that energy pumping through your body. Take a nice deep inhale. And release. Good, coming back to the top of my space, hands to the heart. Hook the thumbs together. So like this. Reaching the hands up and back. Open up the heart and swan dive. Fingertips halfway. Press that crown forward and the tailbone back. And fold. Bend the knees and reverse it all the way up. Reach it back. Exhale, hands to the heart. We're going to go through some sun salutations to warm up the whole body. Reaching it up. Open the heart and swan dive. Fingertips and fold. Stepping back into our plank. And dropping it down, knees, chest, chin, coming up into cobra or up dog. And pressing back into down dog. Raising that right leg up and swing it through. Stepping up, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Fold it down and reverse all the way up and back. Hands to the heart, going to the left side, reaching it up. Open the heart and swan dive. Fingertips and fold. Stepping back to plank. And hinge forward, knees, chest, chin, cobra or up dog. And meeting back in down dog, raising that left foot up and stepping it through. Forward fold, halfway. And fold, bend the knees in reverse. Reach it back. Hands to the heart. Inhale it up. Open the heart and swan dive. Fingertips and fold. Hopping back to plank. And go through a high to low lunge if you like, or knees, chest, chin. So hinging forward, squeezing those elbows in, up into chaturanga. And meeting back in down dog. Onto the toes, crouch the dog, hop it up. And fold, halfway. Fold it down, reverse. Reach it back. Hands to the heart. On the left, reach it up. Open and dive. Half. Fold. Hop it back to plank. And go through your flow. And meeting back in down dog. Onto the toes. Crouch and hop. Forward fold. Halfway. And fold, reverse. Reach it back. Hands to the heart. Now taking a drink here. Nice deep breath. We're going to come into our warrior series. At the top of our space. Hands to the heart. Reach it up. Open and dive. Fingertips and fold. Stepping the right foot back and finding warrior one. And a back bend here, bringing those arms into goddess arms. And reaching back. Bringing it to center and open to warrior two. Sinking nice and low. Reversing that warrior. And into warrior two. Coming into side angle. Reaching the arm up. Really stretch that side body. And extend that right hand over the head. And bringing it back to reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Hands meet, back hand meets the front. Roll up that back heel. Switch your weight into your left leg. Bend that back knee and then extend all of your limbs for warrior three. Knee to the belly, hands to the heart. And lower it down. Nice warm up there. Inhale it up. Open and dive. Fingertips. And fold, stepping that left foot back for warrior one. And open for warrior two. Reverse that warrior. And come into warrior two again, and then side angle. Reaching that left arm up, and then over the head. And then bringing it back to reverse warrior. Warrior two, back hand meets the front, flipping up that back heel, shifting your weight into your right leg, bending the back knee, and extending into warrior three. Beautiful, knee back to the belly, hands to the heart, and lower it down, reach it up, open, and dive. Fingertips, and fold. Reverse all the way up, reach it, and hands to the heart. Inhale up, open, keep opening, and dive. Fingertips. And fold, stepping that right foot back for warrior one. And opening up, warrior two. Reversing that warrior. And extend that left arm beyond toward the back of the room, really reaching those right fingers down your calf and bringing it back to warrior two. Now we're going to straighten that front leg, reach that left hand forward, rip through the ribs, and coming down into triangle. Nice. Bringing that right hand down, framing the foot, stepping that back foot up, turn the toes toward the front, and coming into pyramid. And adjust that back foot where you need to, onto the fingertips, lengthen that spine, and fold it down. Fingertips, lengthen that spine and fold it down. Now here you can stay on the fingertips if you like, or you can wrap your hands behind the front leg. You can reach for the back leg. You can turn your hands backward and walk your hands back for a deeper fold. Or you can bring your hands behind your back if you want to work on your balance. And raise them up to the sky. And releasing those hands, tent the fingers, step the back foot up. Forward fold, halfway. And fold, reverse, reach it up. Hands to the heart. Hook the thumbs, reach it back. Open, keep opening, and dive. Fingertips. And fold, stepping that left foot back, warrior one. Going through that series on this side. And opening to warrior two. Here we're going to reverse that warrior. We're going to extend that right hand to the back of the room and walk those left fingers down the calf. And coming back into warrior two. Straighten the front knee, reaching that right hand forward. And whirling into triangle. And bringing that left hand inside of the foot, frame the foot. Turn the back toes forward, step it up. Adjust your feet, coming onto the fingertips. Lengthen that spine and fold. Again, coming into pyramid, lifting, lengthening, and fold. And then your options are wrapping the arms around the front leg, reaching for that back leg, staying on your fingertips, walking the hands backward, or weaving the fingers behind the back and raising the hands up, whatever works for you. Bringing the hands back on either side of the foot, stepping it up for a fold, halfway, and fold. Bring the feet mat's distance. We're going to come into a ragdoll here. Inhale halfway. Lengthen that spine and fold it down. Inhale halfway. Lengthen and fold one more time. Inhale, lengthen and fold. Wrapping those arms around the back of the legs. Squeeze yourself in a little bit tighter. Bend the knees. And you can sway side to side here. Or you can grasp opposite elbows. And sway gently. Whatever feels good. Plant the hands on top of the feet. Bend the knees and roll it up. One vertebrae at a time. Roll those shoulders up, back and down. Up, back and down. 2 more times. We're going to go into some arm work here. So we're going to loosen up those shoulders. Up, forward, and down. Up, forward, and down. 2 more times. Good. Hands to the heart. Hook those thumbs. Reach it up. Open and dive. Fingertips. And fold. Pop it back to plank. Then we're going to bring our right knee to our left elbow and back. Left knee to right elbow and back. And just keep repeating that. Taking your time to really squeeze those obliques. Working that core. Going for 4 more on each side. Last one. And press back to down dog. Inhale up onto the toes. Press the shoulders back. Stay up on the toes and raise that right foot up to the sky. Really extend that three-legged dog. Point those toes. And then reaching the foot toward the head. And lifting it up. Lowering that left heel. And we're going to come into fire hydrant on this side. Raising that right knee up to the sky. Coming back up onto the toes. Press the shoulders back. Stay on the toes and lifting that left foot up. Really extend, feeling those stretches in those muscles. And then bending that knee and bringing the sole of the foot toward the head. And lifting it up. Lower that right heel and fire hydrant on the left. Bringing it back to three-legged, lower it down. Onto the toes, bend the knees, crouch that dog, press that bum back. Lift it up, lower the heels. Onto the toes, crouching dog. Lift it up, lower the heels. One more time, crouch that dog. Lift it up, press the heels. Hop it up between the hands. Forward fold. Inhale half. And fold, reverse swan, reach it up. And back. Exhale, hands to the heart. We're going to come into a back bend here, clasping the hands behind your back. Roll the shoulders back and down. And reach the knuckles toward the earth. Lengthen the spine between the shoulder blades and then reach those fingers toward the earth. Beautiful. Bring it back up. And bring that right arm in front of your heart. Folding up that left arm, stretching out the back of that shoulder. And then we're going to switch. Left arm in front of your heart. And squeezing it in with the right. Nice opening for the back of the shoulder. Hands back to the heart. Reach it up. Open and dive. Fingertips and fold, sitting back in our chair, squeezing those glutes. Reaching those hands forward, plugging in the shoulders, tucking the tailbone forward. And lifting that right knee. And slow motion, stepping it back to warrior one. Nice job. Opening to warrior two. Hands behind the back. We're going to square those hips forward. Opening that left foot to the side of our mat. And we're going to come into a back bend here. Pressing those shoulders together. And lifting forward. Hinge at the hips and bringing that left shoulder inside that knee. And raising those hands up to the sky. Humble warrior here. Maybe coming down a little bit further, bringing that head toward the earth. And coming up halfway so you're even with your thigh. Reaching those hands forward. And rotating sideways. Very nice. Pressing up to center. And coming into warrior two. Backhand meets the front. Shifting your weight into your left leg. And coming up into warrior three. Hands to the heart, knee to the belly. Press that foot forward. Bring it back to the belly, warrior three. To the front, press it forward. Back to the belly, warrior three. One more time, to the front, press it forward. And warrior three. Back to the belly, plant that foot. And roll that left ankle. There was a lot of balance on that ankle. And change that roll. Good job. Taking a drink. And coming to it on the other side. Inhale, reaching those hands up. Open the heart and dive. Fingertips And fold, coming into our chair in this position, squeezing those glutes, tucking the tailbone forward, drawing that belly in, and plugging in the shoulders. Good. Lifting up that left knee, and slow motion coming into warrior one on this side. Reaching it up. And then coming into warrior two. Square our hips forward, coming into that back bend, opening that heart, back to center. Heel toe that foot out to the side. And we're going to hinge forward, coming into humble warrior on this side. So the shoulder and the knee touch, if possible, raising those hands up, getting nice and low. Bringing your torso in line with your thigh, reaching those hands forward, working that core, and rotating up to the sky. Bringing it back up to center, and warrior two. Nice job. Back hand meets the front, flipping up that back heel and coming into warrior three. Knee to the belly. Press that foot forward. Back to the belly, warrior three. Again to the front, press it forward. To the belly, warrior three. And one more time, to the front. Back into warrior three. Back to the belly. And lower it down. And again, rolling that right ankle here. And reversing. Those circles, another drink. And you must be feeling warmed up by now. And maybe just dab off a little bit of that sweat. To the front of our space, reach it up, open the heart, and dive it down. Fingertips, and fold, halfway again, fingertips. And fold one more time, fingertips. And fold, arms behind the legs. Fingers face the heels and pull up with the hands. Really fold yourself in half. Maybe clasp the hands behind the back. Inhale, lift that belly. And fold down, raising those hands to the sky or above the head. Nice deep fold here. Release the hands. Inhale halfway. Fold it down, and we're coming back into plank. Holding plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back into down dog. Good job, nice deep breath. Press those shoulders back. Open that heart. Stretch those hamstrings. Plant the left foot, and we're coming into three-legged on the right, raising that foot up to the sky. We're going to bring our knee to our nose, and when you kick it back, give it a little hop. Knee to nose, hop it up. Knee to nose, hop it up. 2 more times. And fire hydrant. We're going to flip our dog here, tapping it down and reaching our right hand above our head. Really press those hips up. Feel that extension. We're going to crunch it for 6. Crunch it down and reach it back. That's 3. 1 more. And reach. Spin it back to three-legged. And swing it through. Warrior 1. Reaching those hands out. Coming into warrior 2. We're going to revolve our warrior 2. Back hands meet the front. And right hand comes behind and really reach that left hand forward so you can turn those shoulders. Bring it up to center. Back in warrior one. And frame that foot. Coming into pyramid again. Turning that back foot forward. And changing the space between your feet about 2 feet apart. Inhale, lengthen. Bend that front knee. Raise those arms out in front, lift the belly. And bringing hands to the heart, stepping it up. Nice breath here. Hands together, reach it up. Open and swan dive. Fingertips. And fold, stepping back to plank. And holding for 3, 2, I already counted 2 in my head, 1, and back into down dog. Take a breath, raising that left foot up, and knee to nose, press it back and hop it up. Knee to nose, press it and hop. 3 more. Last one. And fire hydrant on this side. Really stretch that side body and then tap it down for foot dog or reach the hands. Hips up nice and high and crunch for 6. Two more. Reach it back, flip back to 3-legged. Stretch that thigh and come into warrior one. Nice job here. And coming into warrior two, arms. And back hand meets the front. And we're going to reach that left hand behind us. Revolving that warrior. Really reach that right hand forward to revolve all the way. Bringing those hands up. And coming into pyramid again. Tapping that back foot in a little bit. Onto the fingertips, lift that belly and fold it down. So whatever version of pyramid you like, you can work on your balance. And reaching those hands forward, working that core. Hands to the heart. And stepping it up. Top of your space. And just tap side to side. Working on that heart rate. See where we are this morning. Good. Now we're going to bring it sideways on our mat. Coming into goddess squats. So we bring our toes out, heels in. And make sure when you're squatting that your knees don't go beyond your feet. So you don't want this. We're supporting our joints. So bring your feet nice and wide. And then tuck the tailbone forward. Roll that pelvis up. Hands to heart center. Take it nice and low. Nice and low. And holding for 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Lengthen those legs. Open up the arms. Bring it to cactus arms. Squat it down. And bring it together. Lift it up. Open the arms. Cactus arms. Squat it down. Back together. 3 more times. Open and squat. Up. Open and squat. And last time. Up. Open and squat. Good. Hands on the hips. Straighten those legs. Turn the toes in, heels out. Bend the knees slightly. Finding your back pockets. And we're going to come into a back bend here, bending those knees, hips forward. And walking those hands down the back of your legs. And when you're ready, coming up nice and slow, tuck that chin, gaze forward. And then hinging at the hips, pressing into those feet, coming down with a nice flat back. And once your head is hanging, you can place your hands underneath your face. And bring your feet a little bit wider. Inhale onto the fingertips, flat back. And fold, grabbing onto your ankles and drawing yourself closer. Maybe trying to fold yourself directly in half. Down to the earth and press your head through. Reach your arms forward. Nice shoulder stretch here. Then walk your hands back in. You can turn your fingers behind you and walk your hands through your legs. And bring your head closer to the earth. And walk it to the front. And if you have a headstand here or an arm balance, you can come into that if you like. We're going to press our right hand under our face and open up to the left. Really reach and roll that shoulder back. And bring that hand down, plant that underneath the face, and lifting it up to the right. And again, reaching that arm, rolling that heart open. And back to the earth. Bending those knees, toes in, heels out, hands on the hips. Engage that core, and we're going to roll it up into standing position. Good job. Bringing those feet together. We're going to come into tree pose here. Hands on the hips or at your heart center, whatever works for you. We're going to plant our right foot first. Getting that sweet spot on your foot. Pressing down super hard, bringing that knee up to the belly. Left foot flexed. Press that heel away. Bring it back in. Press the heel back, bending that right knee, coming into warrior three. Bringing it back to tree and open up that hip. Plant it wherever you like. And then raising those branches if you like, opening up that heart. Working on our balance, our ankle strength. Maybe bringing the hands behind your back. Pressing the knuckles away, opening that heart. Bringing it back to heart center. And from here, we're going to transition into dancer if you like. Bringing the knees together. Keeping that right foot, left foot elevated behind you. Bringing the left hand out to the side, palm faces the sky. And reaching for the inside of your left ankle. Press that foot back into your hand. I'll turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Bringing your knees back together. Bringing that leg nice and long. So you want to have a curve in your back. So you're pressing that foot into your hand. Don't fall over. Reaching that right arm forward. And bringing that foot up nice and high. And bringing it back to the belly. Swinging that foot out and bringing it behind the right foot. Coming down into a bow here. Stretching the whole outside of that right leg. Releasing the shoulders and the neck. Hands to heart center and rolling it up. And back to center. Just shake it out. Maybe rolling that right ankle. And we're going to bring it to the left. So let me turn 3/4 so you can see both poses. We're bringing that right knee up to the belly. Flexing that foot. We're going to press it away. Bringing it back in, pressing it behind us. Warrior three. Bringing it back to the belly and opening up for tree. Raising those branches, maybe clasping the hands behind the back, opening that heart and pressing the knuckles toward the earth. Hands back to the heart, knee up, You're going to open up that right hand, palm to the sky, reaching back for the inside of your right ankle. Super hard, reaching that left arm forward for dancer. Bringing that knee back to the belly, kicking it out and swinging it behind. That left foot folding down for a nice bow here, nice stretch. And press those shoulders toward your shin. Hands to heart center. We're going to roll it up and bring it back to center. Just rock it out. Coming back to the top of our space, crossing those ankles, we're going to come down into a seat. Hugging those shins in. Sitting up super tall, and then wiggling that heart forward. Reaching the hands forward, plugging in the shoulders, pressing the heart forward, and then rocking back onto your sits bones. We're going to come into boat, raising those legs up if you like. And holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly lower it all down and let it go. Wiggle into your space. Just windshield wiper the knees back and forth. Releasing that lower back. Releasing those hips. Now bring your feet nice and wide. And press those knees to center as they come in. Maybe hovering here for a minute. For a few seconds. And switching sides. Really feeling that stretch. So bring the right knee to center. And then lift that left foot. And bring it on top of that right knee. Really open up that hip. And release. Windshield wiper over to the other side. Left knee is pressed to center. And bringing that right foot over the top. Really open up those hip flexors. Your psoas. Which is right here in the front of the hips. And release. Bring the soles of the feet together at the base of the spine. Let the knees drop out to the side. And place your hands inside the thighs, opening a little more. And draw those shoulders down to the earth. Just reach those hands up above the head and clasp your elbows and release any tension in your body. And press those hands on the outside of your knees, bringing it back together. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, pressing that thigh away, flexing your foot. Reclining pigeon. And then bringing that left thigh up to the belly, clasping the hands and drawing it in. Both feet are flexed at this point. Shoulders are back. Inhale. And exhale, drawing it in even closer. Bring those shoulder blades together. And we're going to release that thigh, but leave the knees bent. And we're going to rock it over to the left, planting the right sole on the earth. Bringing our hands over to the right for a nice twist here. And pressing the palms, bringing it back to center, changing the cross of the legs. Left over right, inhale. And exhale, pressing that thigh away. Feel that beautiful opening here in the front of the hip. And bringing that right thigh up, clasping the hands. Flexing both feet and squeezing it in, shoulders down. Then inhale. Exhale, squeezing it in. Good, releasing the hands, left foot to the earth, and bringing the hands over to the left. Press those palms, airplane the hands out, bring it back to center. Knees together, give yourself a hug. Rock it side to side, release that lower back. Hands on the knees just like we started, making those circles, releasing that back. Just draw that in and shoulders down against the earth. Bending that knee, crossing the ankle over the left and pressing that hip away again. And releasing that foot to the earth. Raising that left foot up, reaching behind the calf, or the ankle, or the sole of your foot, wherever you are today. You don't want to force anything, just a nice gentle stretch here. Shoulders are down against the earth. Bending that knee, crossing the ankle over the right, and pressing that thigh away. And releasing that foot, bringing the feet nice and wide, outside of the edge of your mat, and letting the knees drop in toward each other. Heel toe those feet to touch, soles together, and the knees drop out again to the side. Good job today. Congratulations on completing day 5 of the 30-day challenge. Awesome job. Wiggle those shoulder blades together a little bit closer. And shoulders away from the ears. And then we're going to bring this into full happy baby, reaching for the inside of our arches. Rocking it side to side. You made it. You did it. Good job. Say to yourself, good job, me. And then if you'd like, you can bring those legs out straight. And just let gravity stretch those inner thigh muscles. Soles of the feet back together. Clasp the hands, draw the feet toward the pelvis and press those knees away. And then arch that lower back so you're getting a nice long stretch in the back of the neck, between the shoulder blades and the lower back. Press that lower back down, release those feet. And bring them nice and long on your mat, feet far apart, letting those toes fall out to the side. Closing the eyes and taking a nice deep breath in. And sigh it out. Another deep breath. And sigh it all out. And you're going to bring yourself into a beautiful Savasana. Breathing in and breathing out. Just breathing and being. There's nowhere else to go, nothing else to do right now. To breathe and be. Thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.